Welcome to part 3 of my pickups from May to October of 2019. I do have one more thing in the mail, and I'll show that later on when I get it, probably sometime in November or December of this year. Um, we'll start off with the music first and then end with the other things. Here's Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington, The Great Summit, The Master Takes. I do have the record of this, but I think it's called Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington playing together for the first time, and this is a session done in the 60s. And I think with this, you just get both sessions that they did together. The record that I have of this from Classic Records is only one session, and it's just all these tracks here. But this was released in 2000, and it sounds great. I didn't listen to every track on there, but I listened to all the good ones. I've been looking to get this for quite a while and settled on the cheaper CD version. This is called Masterpieces by Duke Ellington. And there is a record of this that Analog Productions re-released, and it's like $50. And I said, well, for how many songs is it? I think just just 5 or 6 tracks on the original album for $50. I just couldn't justify it. But this is a great album of Duke Ellington's. He recorded this in 1950 for Columbia, and that's not the original cover, but hey, I don't mind. And here is Alice in Chains Sap. I do believe this is an original pressing. Pretty sure it is based on the look of the CD and all the insides and everything. Alice in Chains self-titled album. This is the purple jewel case edition. Very, very cool, and I have seen that before at a store years ago. Just didn't pick it up, so I've had to pick it up this time. And here's some more jazz. Here is Kenny Burrell. This is the Blue Note Tone Poets series of reissues, and this is introducing Kenny Burrell. Great record. I've never heard it before. It was originally released in 1956. I typically don't look for original jazz records because they're just so expensive, and these sound just fine. They're all from sourced from Analog Tape, and I will be putting all these releases in my clear sleeves and cut out the all the hype stickers and keep them. Sorry about that bump to the camera. And I have listened to that, and it sounds amazing. And they're all taken from original Analog Tape, the original Analog Tapes. I'm sorry. Lee Morgan, Cornbread, released in 1965. Another record in that series that I just talked about or said. There's the catalog number. There's 2 of them, which is kind of weird. All original artwork. The only difference is the copyright down here. That's it. And they look, just your typical Blue Note label. And they don't say Deep Groove on them because I don't want to confuse anybody and have people pass these off as originals. So yeah, the Deep Groove. Where it says Deep Groove is that was taken off of the record labels. And this just came in the mail yesterday. This is Dexter Gordon's Clubhouse, recorded in 1965 and released in 1970. It's kind of odd that they shelved this album for as long as they did, but you got Freddie Hubbard here, Barry Harris, Bob Cranshaw, and Billy Higgins. I have heard this on YouTube and really liked what I heard, and I never heard a lot of Dexter Gordon, but I did treat myself to some more Dexter Gordon by listening to it, and just love this album. I mean, the covers on these are just amazing. They obviously went in and pulled the photos of these covers from like some kind of source material. I don't know what it is, but these probably look better than ever. Probably even better than they did when they first released back in the day, obviously with digital technology. And these are all on 180 gram vinyl, manufactured at RTI, Record Technology Incorporated. mastered by Kevin Gray, and all these sound great. I'm gonna wait to crack this guy open. Probably wait until probably this upcoming weekend. So yeah, I'll be buying maybe a few more in that series, and then be done. Since I'm running out of space for records, a really cool. Yeah, wait, this Star Wars Insider, Icons of the Galaxy. The Best of Star Wars Insider, a guide to characters, creatures, and collectibles. I'm not, so here's Boba Fett, and it shows like some of the behind the scenes and action figures and books. I'll have to flip through this on camera. Talks about the new movies, the old ones, some of the comic books. Pretty cool stuff. Some of the older action figures, the original trilogy, talks about that. Like, there's a picture of Chewbacca. Like, concept sketches and stuff. Those older behind the scenes photos are just great. You have like concept drawings of the costumes, like a bunch of R2-D2s, and I'll just go through this at a later date. But this is like everything Star Wars, old and new, and I had to have it for it was a low price. It was either that or get the another Star Wars book for like $175 or $160, and I wasn't willing to pay that much. I love the Star Wars movie franchise, but yeah, I just wasn't prepared to pay that much. I'll show one more thing. Got this for my birthday. I was not expecting it at all. It's a Batman Hot Wheels. Someone bought it for me. I don't really collect those, but I thought, well, I'll take it, you know. So this is the Retro USB AVS. I've been wanting this for a while, since it was released. It's actually got a dent in the box, but it was used, and I had a chance to buy another one, but lost out on that since the seller did not contact me on my offer, but got it for a decent price. It's basically almost brand new. You get the 720 HDMI video, the 4-score, NTSC and PAL output, Famicom, cheat codes, and a online score database. Here's the system. Looks like it's very reminiscent of an original NES, but the cartridge pops in the back there, and then it's got a really good grip on the cartridge. But there's the Famicom slot, and the NES slot is here in the back, and this is a FPGA based system. Pretty cool. The power and reset button looked like they actually came off an original NES, and a lot of people wondered if they did, and they're not. These are, I think, remanufactured like buttons. It's not something new, you know, or it is new. Then you have your power light, which is red, just like the original NES. Here's the bottom. I don't know. It's pretty cool. And you have your rubber feet. There's actually a input there for the Famicom disk system. You got your HDMI and USB power. It originally came with an HDMI cable, but the person that sold it to me didn't come with that, but that's fine. I have plenty of those. And here's the power cable. USB-C, I believe that is. But yeah, it's a great system. The games look great, and I'll be showing some gameplay footage off that if all goes well. Here's the 4-score. You can use original NES controllers, the NES Dogbone controller, or even reproduction controllers. I'm going to test out my wireless controller on this when I buy a wireless receiver for it. And yeah, I mean, just look at it. You know, got the lines here like the original NES, similar to that. So glad I picked this up. Now I can play NES games on my HD TV and have them sound and look great. So that's all my pickups, guys. I will review that game that's coming in the mail later on this year. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. And I do appreciate subscriptions and comments and all the nice comments over the years. Thank you again for watching.